We're back.
Episode 9, I believe. Or 10?
No, it's 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Episode 9, yeah.
Oh, I'm tiny. There we go. I'm here too.
Hey.
We're excited for. Well, we're always excited to do an episode. That's just.
It's always happy. It's always a momentous occasion. We look forward to it.
And I'm always ready. Always ready. Why is it blurring that out? What's going on? Oh, you know what? White wall, white cup.
That would do it.
That's how it works. But yeah. I don't know. What should we write about this week?
Well, technically, you are unbanned.
That's
But off
true.
camera, I believe you told me that you would be unable to supply an idea.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell everyone out here so they know.
Yeah, well, we won't go into specifics. Some personal things have affected life, and I just was not able to come up with an idea. But that's why we have Braydan, the brilliant mind of Braydan, and maybe my idea can be what we do for our feature. Maybe. Just a thought, because I know it's been a while. and listen, you know what? Yeah, it's been a while since since we've done one of my ideas, and I know we're just itching for another porno, so I'm just like, we're gonna.
Don't tell me you're suggesting a sequel to that sketch.
In feature film form. Can you
Oh
imagine?
God, no! Please.
No, I want to dive into something more actiony, serious, dramatic.
I could vibe with that.
But I don't know if that's
A lot
gonna
of-
be the feature or whatever.
A lot of my feature ideas that I would pitch are sort of like straddling the comedy drama line. So there's some fun to be had in kind of switching it up a little bit, doing something a bit more emotionally charged, and not always funny, but we can still have fun.
Yeah.
But that's coming later. So y'all got to stick around for that.
I'm not gonna say the guest's name because again, things happen. They may have to back up, but we are having a guest next episode next week.
All we'll say is be prepared. Oh, that's all we'll say. Just be prepared. It'll be fun.
This one, it'll be a banger. It's gonna be a banger.
There's no other word to describe it. Banger is the only one applicable.
Yep. I won't even say what we're reading. We will be reading one of our past sketches, but I'm not going to say which one because.
Oh, I think they know already.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Also, there's something I have to say, and audience, Braydan doesn't know I'm going to do this. Nobody knows I'm going to do this, but in the last. Is it the last episode or the episode before that? I said I would work on possibly a Viking beard. And I have to apologize.
Say that.
I went home and trimmed it for my parents. So
Yeah, man, I went like full opposite. So
yeah.
I thought I was committing to like the opposite idea. I thought you were gonna go full. I was gonna go like
but
frat boy party. I guess that's what the look I'm going with.
I just wanted to deeply and sincerely apologize for my actions, and I hope to move on and be better.
Are you apologizing to the audience for not committing, or to your parents for trying to commit to the Viking?
Both.
Yeah, both. Okay.
Both. Yeah. Oh my lord. But and that's how these things go. You apologize. You take responsibility for your mistake and you move on. So
Goes.
but yeah. Let's look at ideas, I guess.
That's right. That's my cue, I guess.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, let's see. time to pull back up my very old list of shit. Oh God. I can't find it.
He can't find it. He's shaking his boot. Oh my God. Damn. Holy
Okay,
shit.
let's see. We last week we did Milo and Buttons, the Looney Tunes Tom and Jerry-esque parody. That we had fun with that one.
It was a lot of fun. That might be my favorite sketch that we've done thus far.
I did, yeah. It was very fun.
Ease.
I'm just realizing now how sporadic and thin my list of sketches is that I've been cultivating since like 2023.
Yeah, we could, if you're not, if none of
No,
those are speaking
no, go ahead.
to you, we could attempt in hear me out, an AI
listening.
generated idea.
Never, ever.
We've already done it.
They can't come up with shit like me, like this one, which technically I wrote, but this was back when I was like a freshman, so
Okay.
I'd be more than happy to do another update. Actually, what would be fun is if I could find that script, we read it, and then like
Oh yeah, that'd be really
try
fun.
to improve upon it. But you're familiar with Oedipus Rex, the ancient Greek play.
No.
Are you pulling my chain or?
No, I have no idea what you're referring to.
That's not a bit. You're serious?
No, I'm dead serious. Dead serious.
Okay. So, Oedipus Rex is an ancient Greek play about the king of Thebes, Oedipus. Blah 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 shit happens, but the basic story is that he through fate and other things, he marries his mom and kills his dad. And that's like the whole story.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the sketch is, it's like a dinner date with Oedipus and his mom, Jocasta. And Jocasta doesn't know if she should be like Oedipus's boyfriend or his mother, and so she's like being very odd and making everyone uncomfortable, especially Oedipus. Everyone is uncomfortable. So.
Yeah. Okay.
This is I really hope the script is somewhere. Let's see if I can find it.
Let's see. What can so words. Last weekend. Last weekend was a fun weekend.
Okay. I'll let you finish, but I found it.
Oh, okay? No, because I have nothing. Okay. Yes.
I don't know why it won't let me share. Hold on.
I don't know. Warner Brothers, don't sue us. Okay.
All right, can we see it?
Yes. So your plan,
Awesome.
we read this and then we...
And approve upon it. This is 9 pages, so we'll blow through it really quick.
Sure.
Starts with an exterior, the Garden of Olives, which is basically like an old fancy version of Olive Garden. This is where we're at. We're in the restaurant. Everyone, like, a big thing about like ancient Greek plays is they have a chorus. So I imagine there's like a chorus of people just in the restaurant sitting around. Oedipus and Jocasta front and center in the seats. Jocasta is like, "Oedipus, my dear, why do you sit there in such dismay?" And Oedipus is like, "I see not the fruits." They're gonna speak in like ancient Greek-esque dialogue. Jocasta's like, "What's wrong?" Oedipus says, "Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about." Jocasta's like, "Oh no, there's definitely something wrong." everyone in the everyone in the restaurant shoots up and like flail their arms in the air, and they say like a little a dialogue bit where it's like, "Hear our prayers, 'cause our king burns with shame. His penis longs for its sacred home, but his mind longs not." Jacasa's like, "What did they just say?" And then Oedipus says, they don't know what they're talking about, but it's like we're going on our very first date in front of everybody. Do you not feel any sense of shame because you are dating your son?" And then she's like, "Nah, we're cool." She leans across and like does like a little caress of the cheek, like a little like that move, and then she also just like pinches it like a mother would to a child, like pinching and wiggling his cheek, and he's just like, "Stop that." Tiresias, who was a character in the play, he's a blind soothsayer, so he sees the future. And he's walking around, like using his staff to kind of feel around. He reaches the table, but he's like his back is turned to the table as he speaks. What can I get for you? And Oedipus is like trying to get his attention to turn around. Tiresias is like, "I'm not talking to you, buddy." He also says, "A fucker of mothers," for obvious reasons. He was actually getting someone else's order, and so Oedipus again is embarrassed, and everyone in the restaurant shoots up, does the thing. "Poseidon, please forgive our king. He thinks not before he does. Pass your pardon upon his microaggressions." Tiresias finally goes to them. He's like, "How can I help you? What can I get for you?" Jacasa orders the chicken Alfredo. And Oedipus is gonna order, but Jacasa's like, "Hold on. Can you give my dear a kid's menu?" Oedipus is truly offended. Tiresias takes so much pleasure in giving him a kid's menu, and there's just like a bunch of Greek like tragedy puns and like a little map, like a maze thing. Oedipus is like, "Mother, I mean dear, mother, you're just like, stop doing this." And then she's like, you're gonna get an adult meal and you're not gonna be able to eat it all." And he's like, "I'm 34 years old." And she's like, "Fine, but if you gotta eat all of it or you're gonna be in big trouble, mister." So Oedipus thinks, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'll get the mac and cheese." Tiresias is like, "You're gonna have to speak up, buddy." Oedipus makes another microaggression joke because he's like, "Are you deaf or are you blind? You can't be both." Tiresias then like grabs Oedipus and the lights start to flicker around, and Tiresias is like, "Hear my words. On this eve, you shall be the one who is truly blind." And then as he walks away, he's like, "Asshole." Everyone gets up again. They're waving their arms. "Hades, I guess. Our king is sorrowful. Can he not prevent what has been said? He would rather not become blind. How could he admire his mother's supple bosom?" And Oedipus is like, so embarrassed. He doesn't want to. He wants to fade away. Jacasa's like, "Don't listen to them." And he's like, "I can't. They're too loud. I can't ignore them." Jacasa's like, "Let's just enjoy the evening." "Oh, okay, whatever. Tell me about your day." "It was fine." They're gonna talk about their day a little bit. Jacasa's like inserting the story to like, "Should I speak to this guy's mother that's bothering you?" And Oedipus is like, "Please don't fight my battles." Jacasa's like, "You are a capable warrior." And Oedipus is like, "Yeah, sure. I don't really like how you said that." Jacasa starts talking about her day. Oedipus is like, it's a little inappropriate to be talking about your husband, who is my father, by the way, on our date." Oedipus is like, "How many times do I have to tell you? I didn't know it was my father when I killed him with my sword." And then Jacasa says, "You shall never be the swordsman he was. You shall never be the swordsman he was." And Oedipus is like, "Did you just say something?" And Jocasta is like, I want to bear your children, Oedipus. Oedipus is like, oh God, please. Do you not see the implications of what you just asked me? And Jocasta is like, your laws state that the women of Thebes must bear children or they shall be banished. And Oedipus is like, you do have a child. I'm right here. But they state that remarriages reset that law. And Oedipus is like, I shall make you an exception. Don't worry about it. And Jocasta is like, please don't do this. Oedipus is like, well, I'll just get rid of the law. That way, the women deserve more equal freedoms anyways. And Jocasta is like, why do you not find me attractive? And Oedipus is like, we're not talking about that. So you do find me attractive. Everyone, again, is just like running around, waving their arms. Hear us, other gods of Olympus. Our king has been torn in twain. His heart lusts for the vigor, but his soul rejects the essence. Oedipus is like, shut up, please, for the love of God. Tiresias comes back with their food and gives them their plates. Oedipus is like, we didn't order these. Are you sure you didn't get... Are you sure you're like giving it to the right table? Tiresias is like, oh God, is it not... I made a mistake. Can't we all make mistakes? Or is it because I'm blind? And Jocasta's like, I apologize for my son husband. He meant nothing by this tasteless comments. He can speak recklessly from time to time. Oedipus is just like, that's my mom. And he goes back, he's like, that's my wife too. We will graciously accept the bounty before us. They go and start to eat their food. Tiresias shoots Oedipus a bird as he walks away. Remind me to have that man impaled. Oedipus goes to feast, but Jocasta stops him. He's like, stop. She's like, stop, my dear. Allow me. I shall make up for our earlier stripes. And then this whole chunk is basically she's like going to seductively like give him food across the table, and she turns it to like an airplane. Like, here comes the airplane. And then Oedipus is like, for whatever reason, like he like moves or whatever, which causes the fork to go straight into his eye. And he screams out, and he's in pain, runs around, his blood dripping. Jocasta's like lunging over to him to soothe him, starts to calm him down, starts to kiss his boo-boos, and Oedipus stops crying, and it's just like, what are we doing? There we go.
That's fun. That's really cool. Whoa, strawberries.
Stop it. Okay, there we go.
No, that was really fun. That was really witty. That was like, you were very quick with each joke. It was like one thing to another. It was really, really fun. And it kind of reminds me of like, well, I'm a fan when like somebody like takes something like this play and like turns it into something maybe either like a different genre or a twist on the same genre. Because this is very much your style of comedy. I really, really like it. It almost reminds me of like, and I don't know anything about this play, but I imagine it's somewhat dramatic. But like,
Yeah.
Like Key and Peele did a thing where they did a sketch with like Nazis coming in their house, and it's something to that effect, where it's like it's a serious situation, but you've turned it into this funny like sketch, and I enjoy those things.
Well, this bad boy is 9 pages and should be like 5. So if we want to do this, let's cut it down.
Yeah. The problem here is that I don't know anything about the play.
It's not anything crazy. I mean,
I can follow your lead. I'm fine with that.
See if I can. Okay. I mean, okay. Whoa. Before we go, you seriously have not read this play?
No.
You've not heard anything of it?
No.
You've been to SCAD for how long?
4 years, yeah, pretty much. 4 years and a quarter.
Did you not take a script analysis class? You're not a writer. You're a film major. That's
film
right.
Major. The other thing we could do, legitimately, I was saying with this as we were reading this, is we could also just share work.
Let's just do that. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Do you want to do that?
Show me something. Show me something.
God, what have I done? Okay.
You know what would be fun, actually? Now that you give me this idea,
Mhm.
I shared something, you can share something, and then at an indeterminate time in the future, we can work on updates on ourselves, on our own projects, and then bring them back and see how far we've come.
So you want me to share
That'd
like a
be kinda
script
silly.
then?
Anything, really. It can be anything.
Okay, hold on. Ah, our YouTube channel. Oh no. Hang on. So this one's kind of quick.
Let's hear it.
It's a short film, I'll admit. Well, it's a sketch.
We like short.
Short film's a bit strong for what this is. Oh, you know what I could do though? Is share the film that Braydan acted in that I directed. That's what I could do. I don't have that posted anywhere. I should, but
You don't have that posted anywhere?
no,
Really?
I don't. Well, see, I submitted it to a few
All
film
my hard work.
festivals, and I was waiting for it to get in, and then it didn't get in, and then I forgot to put it places. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm a film major, so we can show a little work that's kind of pertinent to ourselves, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not crazy. How do I do this? Okay, I think. Thinking. This might work. This might work just like this.
Yes! Good Morrow.
Alright. Might end up cutting it out. Well, no, it's a silent film, so it should be fine. Alright.
Yeah.
I just hope that they can hear like the music. Alright, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Hold on. That's
Whoa.
great. Hello, ladies and cocks. Editor Cole here. Ignore the glare in my glasses. I'm using my phone's flashlight to light my face because lighting sucks. Anyway, what you're about to witness is our technical difficulties. We use Discord to record these episodes, as most of you guys can probably tell. And when I attempted to share my screen with Braydan, my recording software, which is through NVIDIA, decided to shit itself. So we kind of have to do a little workaround, and you're about to see that. But yes, thanks. Hang on, I could send you the YouTube link, and then you could share it. All right.
Okay.
I'll have to splice that together.
I don't know how to, I won't know how to format or organize it, I guess. But...
No, I would record you streaming it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just give me a second. Some technical difficulties here, folks. The recording software I'm using will not let me share my work with Braydan, but I can send him the work and he can share it with us so we can all watch it as a family. Because that's what we are at the end of the day. A family.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that this will give you some more insights on both of us. You'll get to see some of the things we've worked on, and we have fun. We have fun here.
We do have fun.
We do. Yeah. So.
All right, can we see it, folks?
We can see it. I can't hear it. Is that a me problem? That might be a me problem.
How's this?
Can't hear it.
It's turned up all the way on mine.
Okay.
I mean, you have the music, just add it in.
Okay, alright. I'll have to figure that one out.
Shot on iPhone, guys. It's a big deal. Look at that. adhesive floor trap to catch raccoons. Do not walk on! I wonder what's gonna happen.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Whoa. I'm just plugging all my stuff at this point. I guess we're both doing that. So stupid.
It's not stupid.
It's clearly not stuck to the stupid deck.
What a leap!
Right on my
What
knee.
a leap!
Right on my knee. And I cut the shit out of my hand doing that too.
Oh my god.
Stupid gravel. Look at me acting though like nothing happened.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got an idea.
He has an idea. This isn't me. This is somebody else.
Oh,
Yeah, not
Right.
yeah, definitely not me. This is somebody.
guy who looks suspiciously like Cole has an idea to use the hose.
Mhm.
He's got one of those crinkle hoses. Nice.
Yeah. This hose gets on my nerves. I made this idea with this hose in mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because every time you turn it off,
Yeah.
every time you turn it off, this happens.
Oh.
Every single time. My neighbor left it on the other day, and I was like, oh, damn it. This is...
Oh no!
Be great for a wet t-shirt contest though.
Fuck that shoe. We don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Whoa! Yeah.
Honestly, pretty brave pratfall there. I get kudos. I wouldn't have done that.
I took frames out. It doesn't look as good with all the frames. Yeah. So, as we finish this up, I took a cinema history class recently, and I was assigned a project to mimic an old world style of film. So this is mimicking. Hold on. Oh,
Left instead of stop sharing.
it's all right. He's back.
Okay.
So it's mimicking Charlie Chaplin. Like I watched Charlie Chaplin's The Gold Rush, which if you
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
seen it, brilliant film. I love the scene where he eats his own shoe. But yeah, so my goal was to kind of mimic that kind of style, and I got to learn a lot, and I got to do 18 frames a second. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you watched this already, didn't you?
I did watch it. I loved it.
That's pretty
It's
funny.
such a great love letter to those slapstick screwballs of the 30s and stuff, like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton too. I see Buster Keaton and that kind of stuff. Lovely pastiche of those
it's a
comedy legends.
It's a style I miss because we don't get that anymore, and it
Yeah,
would be hard to do
I-
with sound. I feel like. But, Yeah. So, editor, figure out putting the music back in there. That's just me in the future. Editor me has some attitude, I've noticed.
Yeah, he's got some sass. We like that.
Yeah.
I wish
always like
Editor Cole can like give me a high five because like I'm on his side. Bam.
he's gonna be pissed at you for no reason.
Okay, yeah.
He was pissed
I
at me a
suspect as
couple of
much.
episodes ago. He's got issues, man. He's got issues, and I know it's just me,
Gotta work on some
but
things.
you know, it's two different personas. This
Right.
is co-host me, editor
Yeah.
me, different person entirely. Editor me might be too pissed off to edit tonight.
Well, you can only
No.
do so many things.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay. Don't worry about that.
I'm very worried about it. I'm deeply concerned about this.
All right.
Blink twice if you're in danger. All right, he's safe.
Okay, we're good.
Yep, he's safe. Okay. Is there something else you would like to share? Something maybe you've been working on that's very fun?
Well, funny you should ask. We've known each other for a while, and there's one project that I have had that I don't think you've seen anything of. Would you? I mean, because we're not gonna get the audio, are we? So we could just read the script.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It might be a thing with the Discord sharing. Honestly, there might be like a thing, like a checkbox thing. But I mean, however you would like to do it.
We can read it.
Okay, we can read it. You're a writing major anyway, so that works.
Yeah. This is. Can we see it?
I love the Cutting Onions
Alright.
logo thing.
Cutting Onions. So I wrote this. This was my freshman year. This is another project from freshman year that I wrote in my very first screenwriting class for my very first screenwriting project. This is the very first thing I ever wrote in college.
Nice.
And here we go. Iris fade in. So the aesthetic, aesthetic wise, since yours was kind of like sending up screwball, like physical comedy of the 30s, mine is more of a setup of like rom-coms of the 40s and 50s, and films by like Frank Capra, who did It's a Wonderful Life, those styles of movies.
Okay.
Yeah, Iris fade in. We're in Kelly's bathroom. She's early 50s. Whoa, what? We have a hand up.
Do you want to give me a part, or do you want to just go through like last one?
You, my friend,
Uh-huh.
I'll let you play Kelly.
Okay. Kelly, let's see. Kelly, early 50s, disheveled.
Early 50s, she's disheveled,
Exasperated.
exasperated, baggy eyes.
Like-
She's just lying in bed, crying.
Oh. Give me a rundown of Kelly real quick. Like, I gotta fall into the role.
So, Kelly's husband recently passed away.
Oh.
So she is depressed beyond
Oh.
repair. She's like a husk of her former self, and so she's basically just like taking up air at this point. So very sad person.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Kelly is lying in bed. She's whimpering, and then she just starts wailing, like Standing above her awkwardly is Feels, late teens, trim yet crooked, intense eyes. He's just watching her, holding her hand. You ready for dinner? She just keeps crying. We can wait. More crying. Begin montage. Feels helps his mother out of bed. He takes off her musty shirt and replaces it with another musty shirt. He escorts her out of the room. Interior, dining room afternoon. A plate. Pork chops, beans, and rice. Arranged in a way that resembles a heart. Steam rising up. Kelly sits across from Feels. Her hands fidget. She stares off into nothingness. Then at the empty chair beside her, Feels absently pokes at his food with a spoon. Focus split between that and his mother. Silent until eventually. Okay. Highs and lows of the day.
What?
Why don't we discuss the highs and lows of our day? Like we used to. You go first. What was your high?
Didn't have one.
That's not how this game works, Mom.
Well, I don't want to play.
You have to.
Have to?
Have to.
I don't have to do anything.
Except tell me the high and low of your day.
Fine, no high. Everything was the low.
I still feel like you don't get how the game works.
Felix, enough.
You can't just not have a high.
I think you know good and well that you can.
No, that's not how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
I won't get jealous of your high, Mom. Just what was your high?
There is no high, Felix.
She slams the table. Feels shrinks into his seat. Bites his tongue. She grimaces tightly. Stilted breathing. She leaps up and storms off. A door slams shut. Bam. Feels rises back in his seat. A deep gulp, followed by a deeper sigh. He turns back to his food, making no progress in cutting it with his spoon. He discards it with reserved force. Eyes dance over towards to the left. A soft smirk. Interior kitchen. Drawers opening in quick succession. They're all empty, except for one. It rattles when Feels opens it. Feels stares at the item within. A knife. Carefully picks it up. His mouth is slightly agape. His breathing is a bit more shallow. The knife glints and glimmers. Begin fantasy sequence. A sharp spotlight. Feels, now dressed in a brightly colored suit, reaches out. His hand is grabbed by the knife, now a human woman. He serenades her, spins her, dips her. End fantasy sequence. Feels' face is inches away from the knife's blade. Dripping red. He stands up straight, face twitching. He brings up his free hand. It's just gushing with blood. The pain starts to set in.
Dun dun.
Yeah, there we go. Feels gradually turns to the knife, does a double take, shuts his eyes firmly and opens them. Cocks his head. No, it's okay. It's not your fault. I'll be fine.
Dun.
You got a little something on. Here, let me get that for you. He picks up a piece of his shirt, wraps it around the blade, and wipes. The knife glints and glimmers again. There.
Da, 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 da.
You have a nice twinkle.
Da, 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 da.
I'm Felix, but you can call me Feels.
Duh.
Feels strains a bit. That's a beautiful name. He looks around nervously, bites his lip. So, where are you from?
Doodle-da-da-da-da.
Oh, right. I'm from here too. A moment of hesitation, and then... Listen. I know we've just met, but something about you, maybe I'm crazy. But I think I'm okay with that. If being happy is crazy, I'm okay with that. I know this is all happening at once, and I'd get it if you think this is just too crazy, but I want to give a nice thing a try. Let's give crazy a try. Together. Silence. Feels' face begins to sink, and then... Great! Tomorrow night, it's a date! He smiles, even giggles. He puts the knife back into the drawer and shuts it softly before grasping his hand and screaming in pain. Ah! Interior, Feels' bedroom day. Feels is getting dressed. His cut hand is now wrapped in thick gauze. He glides around his room with a goofy grin, humming a peppy tune. He checks himself in the mirror and breathes in deeply. Interior kitchen. He knocks on the front of the drawer, waits a moment, and then opens it. You look amazing.
Dling dling.
Ready to go?
Dling dling.
He smiles. Interior restaurant afternoon. Feels across from the knife, propped up on the table by salt and pepper shakers. He delicately sips on soup. How's yours? A plate of steak is beside it, untouched.
Dling 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 dling.
Good. The waiter approaches. Can I get you anything else, sir? I'm alright. Do you need anything? The waiter turns to the knife, a cold and dead stare, then back to Fields, raises his eyebrows. No, I think we're good. The waiter slowly nods, then leaves. Fields sips some more soup before looking back up to the knife. So, I know next to nothing about you, except that you have a nice twinkle and you like crazy. Tell me a little something about yourself.
I don't know the solo. So.
Fields looks at the knife with wide, swirling eyes for a moment. I'm amazed by your passion for food. I think that's beautiful. How you devoted your entire life to it. And I'm sorry. I know it's hard to lose your family. He starts to drift off, a somber frown.
Do.
Nah, it's just... If life truly was short, I would be okay. But it's a lot longer when you really think about it. When I was younger, there wasn't too much to think about. But now I think too much. About how my dad isn't here anymore, and how my mom isn't either, not really. I don't like to think. Things would be okay if I didn't have to think. Or if life truly was short, and I couldn't think anymore. His speech falters at the end, as the tears begin to fall. He can't get a good breath in. He clenches his eyes shut. Begin fantasy sequence. A woman's hand gently falls atop his, grazing his tenderly. It calms him. He opens his eyes. End fantasy sequence. The knife has fallen atop his hand. He smiles warmly. Interior movie theater night. Fields is next in a busy line. He holds the knife down low. Wait, how old are you?
Dling, 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 dling.
Yeah. That's casual. They probably won't guard us. A spot opens. Fields approaches. The employee looks up with a forced smile. Hi, how may I help you? Just 2 tickets, please. He raises up the knife. The employee yelps and throws her arms up. He's got a knife! He's got a knife! Everyone in the room panics, running around, arms flailing. Fields looks around in confusion. Interior foyer night. Fields and the knife return home. He brings it up closer to his face. I had a wonderful time. He grins, bringing the knife closer and closer to him, and then another nearby door swings open. Fields drops the knife and darts towards the noise. It's Kelly.
Where have you been? I really need you to stay here with me.
Hold on. No, not right now. Where she takes notice of the knife.
Why do you have that?
Mom, I want you to meet.
We can't have sharp objects here. Not anymore. You know that.
But I love her.
You know how What?
Fields realizes what he just said. He looks at the knife with a smile. Yeah. I love her.
I can't even get into that. It needs to go.
She. Not it.
You're joking.
I don't think misgendering is a joke.
Enough. Give it to me.
She reaches out for it. Fields grasps for dear life, begging and pleading, an intense struggle. Eventually, he pulls away. Okay. I'll get rid of it. Kelly gulps, grimaces.
Good.
She leaves. Fields relaxes, lets out a gasp. He reaches for the door, one hand on the knob. He takes a deep look at the knife, grazes the hilt with his thumb, nodding his head, and he walks away from the door. Begin montage. Fields gets the knife from the drawer, an amicable moment. A candlelit dinner between them. Kelly cries in her room. Fields and the knife play tennis. The knife sucks at tennis. They're watching television. They're exchanging gifts. They're holding each other. Kelly stares at her reflection and screams.
Ah!
A fantasy sequence dance number, whimsical and romantic. In the kitchen, Fields kisses the knife passionately. End montage. Interior kitchen afternoon. Kelly stumbles in, matted hair, frantic panting. She nearly falls to the ground, but grapples the counter to catch herself.
Felix, please! I can't!
She takes notice of the end drawer, slightly ajar. She sees a glint from within. opening it further, revealing the knife. Her eyes narrow, her breath hangs in her throat, her brow furrows. Swiftly, she grabs the knife and staggers away. Moments later, Fields enters, nervously pacing, all smiles and giggles. He's holding a ring, muttering softly to himself. One calming breath, and he opens the drawer. But the knife isn't there. His smile dissolves. He looks around, scratching his head, and then he hears a squish, a splash, and coughing. It's coming from interior Kelly's bedroom continuous, which Fields swiftly enters. Ma? There, at his feet, lies Kelly. Glassy eyes, frozen lips, blood trickling out. He drops down to her, reaching out with a vibrating hand. He exhales tearfully. Next to her hand, the knife, also bloodied. He takes notice. You.
Don Don.
No, I think this is exactly what it looks like. My mother. You cheated on me with my own mother.
Don Don.
Don't you dare give me that. I trusted you. And then, with my own mother. Ding. Fields waves the ring in front of the knife before violently propelling it away. Look at this. Look at it. I was ready to give you all of me. I was going to sacrifice everything to be with you. I thought that would have been enough for you. Why wasn't I enough for you? I could have been enough. He starts to break down, desperately searching for air, face contorting every which way. He grabs the knife. I was just starting to feel okay, you know. You did that. My thoughts were clear and happy. You did that. I trusted you. We were supposed to be together. I was supposed to be enough for you. Squish. His eyes and mouth widen, looking down to see he has stabbed himself in the stomach. He pulls it out, grunts in pain, and goes to plunge it back in. He collapses to the floor before he can. He's next to his mother, still struggling to breathe. Exterior, outside the house, night. Fields is on a gurney, barely conscious. Paramedics wheel him towards a violent flashing light, a horrifying siren. Interior, Fields' bedroom, day. Fields eases down onto his bed, holds the cane, adjusts his shirt. A large abdominal gauze pad underneath. His face appears more rugged, solemn. Super, 1 month later. He squirms into a prone position, staring up at the ceiling for a moment or two. His head drops to the side. Staring him down is a photograph of him with the knife. He gulps, chokes on his exhale. Begin fantasy sequence. Spotlight. The photograph has transformed into the woman from before. Fields lights up, eyes dance around, and then... Hi. It's been a while. There's so much I want to say to you. I'm sorry for everything that happened. I know now, I can see it wasn't your fault. I'm sorry I didn't listen, that I couldn't see what was true. I've done a lot of thinking recently. I wasn't seeing a lot of truth then. But through it all, you were there for me. Thank you for that. You showed me that life really is too short when you have the right twinkle in it. And for that, I could never repay you. He begins to reach for her, but before he can grab her, end fantasy sequence. He's holding to the picture frame. He brings it to him, grasps it tightly to his chest, and starts to cry. Iris fade out.
So, what our audience probably doesn't realize is that is Braydan's like signature style. Braydan is really, really good at coming up with something that really nobody else can think of. And it's just like this whole dynamic with this dude and this knife, that's fucking crazy. Like, it's, you come up with these things that are almost in their own genre, and it always just amazes me. You wrote a story once for me, and you put elements of this into it, and I just loved every page of it. It was so good. That's for my superhero stuff.
What's the name of your superhero?
The Night.
Tell him.
The Night. Yes.
Tell him about the Night.
I'm working on kind of a series called The Night. I've got 18 scripts in there so far. I haven't worked on it in a long time. It's been a while. But it's probably it's my favorite world to kind of work on and generate.
Yeah.
But Braydan wrote episode 3 or 4.
One of those.
It was one of those. And he put these elements in there. There's like a talking deer that had lots of magical elements. It was so cool. And
but on the topic of the night, as we know, but the viewers may not have known, a couple of weeks ago, it was Cole's birthday. And I told him that I was going to get him a gift.
Wait, what are you doing?
I technically lied a little bit. I didn't get you anything, but I did make you something.
Wait, what did you... I can't see it. Hell
it's the night.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. No, that's awesome.
For your desk. He's in the superhero pose. I had to look up like a bajillion references.
Yeah, I bet you did. No, that's awesome, dude. Oh my god. Look at that.
He can be like punching. He could be like punching all your scripts down.
Oh, he,
or something.
Yeah, he's that strong at this point. Yes. No, that's so cool. Thank you. Oh
yeah, no problem, dude.
What's the material on that?
This I did armature wire on the base and then just threw some clay, fired it up, painted it.
That's so cool.
Hopefully,
that's so cool. Hell yeah, bro.
So for those at home, this is what our buddy looks like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's enough anyways.
Yeah.
I tried my best.
No, it's awesome. No, it's awesome. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
He's kind of meant to be this like Deadpool, Batman, Iron Man combination.
Because he can be all of those things.
Yeah, he's funny, but you know, sometimes he gets serious when it kind of calls for it. And he kind of works his way up this ladder of becoming one of the most powerful characters in this kind of universe that has been created. But yeah. But anyway, back to your script. You're really good at just creating these worlds that nobody else has thought of. You once pitched me an idea about a fox, I believe, talking fox, way back when we worked in the SCAD cage. I believe it was a fox, but it had this. There's a whimsical element to it, to these, and I haven't seen anybody capture. Who is messaging me? Oh my god! Shut up. I haven't seen anybody capture. Shut the fuck up. Hang on, just hang on. I'm sorry.
He's complimenting me. Shut up.
Yeah. Okay, they're talking about dividing 4x2. Okay. Whatever. I haven't seen anybody capture this form of like whimsical action / like drama as well as you have.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you know, I don't get to. We haven't worked on something like that. We should do.
I've got ideas.
Yeah, we should do
I
like
have
a short
ideas
film
in
or
the...
something. And I know I'm not. Well, I've never written something like that before, so I don't know if I'm good at that or not. But you know,
it's a
learning thing. Maybe I don't know.
Just follow the gut. That's what I'd always do.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come up with an idea and just follow the gut.
The gut.
See whatever crazy place it can go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If that's a knife in the gut.
Yeah.
That's a knife in the gut.
I got some silly feature ideas that kind of play on this thematic quality that I think would be silly and fun.
Yeah,
but
I only have
I'm not going to tell you about those until later.
Yeah, I only have one feature idea, but it's like action adventure. It's almost like a Marvel movie. Because it's got like the action adventure, but then there's those comedic elements. There's probably not as many comedic elements, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll pitch those either off camera or episode 11. One of the two.
Yeah.
Because we might be doing the beat sheet that whole episode.
Yeah. Or even like splitting that into 2 episodes if we have to.
Honestly,
who knows?
Yeah.
It's all up in the air.
We don't plan anything. We like. Well,
we go with the flow.
I like to wing it a lot. I don't know.
I think we're almost at time.
Yeah, I think we are. I'm gonna just have a quick look just to see. I don't think I've got anything that's gonna. Yeah, yeah, because all of the nights are like 20 pages or more.
We'll have to do a night in the future for sure.
That will be kind of fun.
We're gonna have to bring it back.
We'll bring them in like middle of like a story, just like, okay, so what's happening?
The show that, if you remember the show that I was working on, the cartoon one, I'm retooling it with a buddy. So hopefully in the future we'll have some new episodes or retooled episodes.
I love that.
To work off of.
He was working on. Well, you say it. It's your thing.
While Cole was working on the night, I got inspired to finally do my show idea that I've had since like high school. It is taking elements from film noir from the 40s and old school like 30s Looney Tunes putting it in this like gritty crime world. So it's like a bunch of 30s cartoons solving serial killer murders and taking on the government and dealing with censorship and these like real world themes, but putting it in this vibrant cartoony world that like a Looney Tunes character would. Bugs Bunny solves serial killer murders is like the log line.
we don't get these. I think it's called rubber hose animation.
Yeah, rubber hose.
I love those that style of animation.
Bring it back. I've been saying bring it back. We need to bring it back.
I mean, Looney Tunes it's basically dead. Which I went back and watched some of those episodes, and while I don't like that it's dead, I do understand their reasoning. I mean, I watched a witch crash into a tree and say woman drivers. I understand why it's dead. I don't.
I mean, if you would cherry pick like that, yeah.
Yeah. There's some. Yeah. But I do wish, because you can do rubber hose.
That was a thing. I'm gonna be completely honest. I had no idea that was a thing.
It's back in like the 60s, 70s. It's like, or I don't know. It's back during a time when jokes were different kinds of jokes were told.
Yeah.
Yes.
Saved it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I mean that's just what that was. So it's like, it's a thing. I understand why it's dead. I wish it could come back, because there's nothing wrong with like that style of animation. It's just, tell jokes that people
with a modern lens, that kind of style.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So
it's been about 100 years already since it's been in style. It's time to bring it back.
That's gosh. Wow. History's crazy.
Yeah, movie history's moving fast now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up for today. We've hit a few minutes over an hour, maybe. But
yeah, we can have a short episode.
Probably under. But if you guys want to see stuff like this, more stuff like this, because we like to write a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the back burner that we could just share and read.
Yep. And next week, just a reminder, we're having a guest. We're gonna read a script. We're gonna talk whatever they want to talk about.
And you know which one. You know which one it's gonna be. And we'll talk with our good friend about life and things and films.
Actually, that should be really interesting, because this person's kind of all over the place.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fever trip for sure.
And then we will be 100% back to writing episode 11.
Time to get on the feature train, baby.
Yep, we'll be getting on the feature train. We're still working out the kinks of how we're gonna do that. Maybe we'll do feature, short film / sketch feature, but we're still working that out. If there are suggestions, audience,
let us know. Drop it in the comment section.
Like I said earlier, we're all family. You get a
Yeah.
vote.
So I'm invited to yours at Thanksgiving, right? Audience member number 35? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
I'll be there. I'll bring some mashed potatoes.
There better be like stovetop stuffing.
Yeah.
I saw
Now
that
you're
commercial
talking.
like a couple weeks ago. I don't even
Okay,
know.
now before we close this episode out, you brought up a good topic.
Mhm.
What is the best Thanksgiving dish? Side, main entree, dessert, can be anything. You have a plate. You're at a Thanksgiving with everything you could want. What are you getting first?
The problem with this question is my family and I.
Friendships. You're correct. Yeah.
Well, my my family and I don't do traditional Thanksgiving usually.
Okay.
We cater like Mexican food.
Really?
We got
For
a
Thanksgiving?
Chicago style pizza one time. We got like 2 or 3
Wow.
of them.
Okay.
And then like a couple of sides of, but I think in traditional Thanksgiving, I do think stuffing is one of my favorite things. I'm a big
a good
like
answer.
bread person, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
yeah.
mostly bread.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to make sourdough bread actually.
Really?
So, yeah, I used
made
to-
it yourself.
Yeah, I had a jar of like the starter, which it's like a living thing, so you like feed it. But then I got busy with school for 2 weeks and it died. So I haven't made it since, but I'm wanting to get back into it. So maybe I'll do a little show and tell at some point. But yeah,
sourdough.
I like gluten. Yeah.
Who doesn't, except for gluten-free people, I guess.
Is it celiac disease? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, celiac.
Yeah, but yeah. What about you?
So my family is the opposite. We go full ham on the Thanksgiving dishes.
Gotcha.
I have a big family. I'm from the South.
Yeah.
I have a big family. Everyone brings a dish. So, like, the kitchen is just filled with food. So it's always a hard choice. For someone whose favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, like me, it's hard to choose which one to go to first. But this may be a hot take.
Mhm.
Peas, like black-eyed peas. I love them.
That's a good
I
answer.
love black-eyed peas. They're so yummy, and something about good fortune or whatever the old wives' tale is. But they're good, you know.
I have had those like once, and it was a few years ago. I need to try those again because I remember liking them. I remember. I'm not big on vegetables. I'm actually like if I were a dietitian.
Vegetable.
If I were a dietitian, people would like my reputation would be in the gutter. Like I don't eat healthy, but of the vegetables, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yep.
All right, we're good. The good answers, and you can let us know in the comments what your favorite Thanksgiving dish is. Everyone watching the beginning of the episode are going to be very confused as to why the comments are just filled with Thanksgiving dishes. But when you make it to the end, you'll know why. Okay?
Yeah. Or if they don't, they'll just never know.
Yeah, we'll just never know.
But you know, all the more reason to watch to the end because we have heart to heart.
This is where the fun
segments.
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. Do you like collard greens?
Yeah, I do like
You
collard greens.
freak! No!
What do you mean?
No!
Okay, no. What is wrong with collard greens?
It's like
You can't just say no, and just like
okay.
expect it to be
okay.
an okay answer.
It's like you take a salad, which is kind of boring,
Yeah.
and then you put too much unknown ingredients on there, and then it becomes too interesting.
Interesting. Not too interesting. Perfect amount of interesting.
It's got too much going on in there.
It doesn't have too much. It's got the right amount going on.
Mamma mia.
Mamma
Mamma mia. To be fair, dude, I don't like vegetables. I like corn. That's the Indiana
That's
coming
good.
out of me. That's not good.
You just like pick them like apples and that's what I
Dude,
just
literally,
imagine. It's like,
I used to have a neighbor. Crazy tangents happening right now, but I used to have a neighbor, and we would go and help him harvest corn every year. And after we did that, like a couple weeks later, we would go and we would shuck the corn off the thing, and we would boil it to kind of clean it, and then we would stick it in a bucket, and then we would dump the bucket so that then the cutters inside could cut the corn off and stick it in bags, and then it could be frozen or it could be used or whatever. And we would always end up with way too much corn that we thoroughly enjoyed, and like stews and whatnot. Yeah, it probably was the best corn like ever.
oh yeah, I mean the fresh stuff's always the best.
Yeah. So now that my inner redneck has come out, we could probably
Bold claim for redneck, okay?
But,
I
okay,
mean, let's
fair.
be real here.
I was talking to a friend about Indiana the other day. They've never been to Indiana. I was like, don't go. There's nothing there. Don't go. But she was like, you had never seen a Walmart. I was like, okay, hold on. We had Walmart. We had Walmart. We had Target. Actually, this will be interesting. You ever hear of Meyer?
Meyer? No.
I'm wondering if it's an Indiana exclusive. I know I could Google it, but so Meyer's a grocery store that was opposite of Walmart in my, well, I say hometown. I wasn't born in where I grew up, but you know.
Okay.
But Meyer, it's just another grocery store. I think it's German. I'm pretty sure it's German.
Meyer.
It's like Meijer.
Oh yeah, look at that. I guess it is kind of like specific in Midwestern United States.
Yeah, we had Meyer, fucker.
Yeah, did you have any like Piggly Wigglies up there?
No, I don't think
No?
think so.
I think that might be like more southern states, but we have a technically my hometown is too small for a Walmart, so we have a Piggly Wiggly.
It does sound very southern. It sounds super southern. That's pretty funny. Also,
Everyone there working has like a shirt of a smiling pig, and they are never smiling because no one working at Piggly Wiggly is happy. As the name would suggest, they're not happy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I went to a Buc-ee's, those like gas station stores.
Oh, don't get anyone in this area started on Buc-ee's. They love it to death.
I love those stores. I looked dead in one of the employees' eyes, and there was nothing there. They looked miserable. Like it was somebody's birthday, and they were like, "Happy birthday!"
Happy birthday. Yeah, they all have to say it.
Yeah, it was so funny, and I was, just, I think I was just like, "Are you okay?" And there was like a glimmer of like, "You care?" I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?"
I'm so curious if anyone actually ever gets gas at Buc-ee's, because it seems like every time that I've ever stopped there, it's never for gas. It's always to just go in the store and look around. Have you got gas at a Buc-ee's? Okay, at least some people are. I've never seen anyone actually pump gas at Buc-ee's.
I think there's one in Kentucky, or it was Tennessee that I went to, and all of the pumps were full, every single one of them, which I was impressed by, because those are long.
Yeah, big long
pumps.
pumps.
Pump station thing, yeah. But
Don't like how that came out, but it's fine.
yeah, just a little pump. Ignore
And the
that.
episode is ending right there.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, see you, everybody.
Yeah, enjoy our tangent on grocery stores and our writing show. Anyway, all right, bye. Woo.